Space Jam 2.
Oh, come on.
LeBron James.
LeBron James just posted on Instagram the new logo and title for Space Jam 2, which is going to be called Space Jam: A New Legacy. It's based on a 1996 classic that we all know as Space Jam. And it's been a passion project of LeBron James since 2014. Anthony Davis is like, they kind of released like who's going to be playing parts in it. I'm going to tell you right now, it's almost ruining the entire concept of the movie, knowing what the original Space Jams is. So they're like, Anthony Davis is going to be in it, Chris Paul, Damian Lillard. And then it's like, all right, so those are what the monsters are going to take over, because the original movie, they took famous like basketball players and then took their bodies and their skill and became the monsters. And then they have Don Cheadle, who I think is just going to be the new Bill Murray. I think he's literally going to just show up at the end and be like, oh, do you need an extra partner because Bugs Bunny like didn't discover water soon enough? And then like all of a sudden be shot into the basketball game. So it's slated to release June 2021. And he disclosed in a recent podcast, podcasting is the way of the future. Please like, comment, subscribe.
Shut the fuck
Shameless
up with that
plug. Shameless plug.
Yeah,
Shameless plug.
He disclosed in a podcast that right now they're mostly working on animation. So currently no one's really affected from the quarantine. They're able to still push production along and still push for that June 2021 release. So just to get into it, I know we talked about Jumanji trending, and then me and Brennan had a little bit of an outrage on the revival of it. Are you guys fans of the Space Jam series, or are you excited for the revival? I will disclose, as much as I'm not excited about it, I will say LeBron James is probably the best pick, period. And if you would have picked someone between Michael Jackson and LeBron James playing basketball, there wouldn't really be like a perfect fit for it. And I think out of anyone,
Justin,
Wait, what?
Michael Jackson. You mean Michael Jordan?
Oh, I said Michael Jordan.
Yeah, Moses was confused too, and I was like, let me clear this up real quick.
Michael Jordan and LeBron, like that time lapse, like there was no one really that could have played that role, and I feel LeBron will play will be the best pick for the role, but I don't know if it's going to be a good movie. But I guess I'll ask Moses, because he's our guest. Were you a fan of Space Jam, and any opinions about the upcoming sequel, I guess?
So Space Jam was amazing, and every time I see it, I'll probably watch it. Yeah.
Well, every time you see it, you will watch it.
Well, every time I see it pop up in Netflix, I'm going to click on it and watch it.
Yeah.
It was an amazing movie. Mrs. Bergeron, I'm sorry. You're wrong. I love you. Thank you for everything you did. You're wrong. I will fight you.
Jesus Christ.
Side note, Mom.
Yeah, side note. So Space Jam is an awesome movie. I liked not necessarily the Michael Jordan aspect of it, because at the time I wasn't really into like watching sports, so I didn't really care about that stuff, just the Looney Tunes part. So I'm sure in that aspect, if they stay with that Looney Tunes part, it'll be good. But now that I'm more into watching sports and more into, basketball and NBA and stuff like that.
And that's why I wanted to kind of pass the question off to you, because I know just watching like your Xbox Live feed, like you've been recently really big into NBA 2K20.
Destroying 2K, just demolishing it. Yeah. So LeBron James, I don't think he'll be a good, like, if you see LeBron James, one, I hate him. I despise him.
You Space hate him because, for what reasons?
Well,
like, do you think his personality traits aren't really going to match Michael Jordan's kind of whimsical approach to the original Space Jam, or is it just like a personal level? He's a cocky person that jumps from team to team just to get the rings and stuff.
Yeah, so I never really saw like the personality side of Michael Jordan until he was on Space Jam, but obviously that's acting, so you can't really tell how someone is. So LeBron James might be okay with acting, but on a personal level, how I feel about him, how he plays, I probably won't like it. Like, unless there's like maybe referees that just accept his flops in Space Jam 2, then maybe like that'll be cool. Like,
accepts his 5-step traveling,
his traveling, his like blatant flops and like just pulling fouls at dead air. maybe like that'll be the whole entire movie. I'm expecting it to be. But I really don't like LeBron James. He's pretty overrated. And I think everyone actually, you know what, in his defense, if you were to pin, and I know this is like not going on Space Jam realm, if you were to pin him and Michael Jordan together right now in this era, LeBron James would win only because he knows how to play the game. He knows how to play refs and knows to play the system. But in all around raw power, if you were to put LeBron James into the Michael Jordan era, Michael Jordan would just demolish. And I think people liked Space Jam because of that. He was a good personality. He had true skill. And I think the wrong people will, or not, nobody will watch Space Jam 2 because the people that like LeBron James are not going to be watching cartoons. It's going to be the other way around. So yeah, I'd say no. It's not.
That's interesting. You know, it's funny because that actually, you always see that argument where you say which one is a better basketball player, and you see it constantly, quarterbacks and anyone that's like just proficient in their playing the sport, I guess is an easy way to say it. But like, it's so true. The base level skill of basketball has shifted over the last 20 years that like LeBron is almost playing against a higher caliber of like players. So like he's able to adapt to what the game has shifted to. And me and Brendan talked about it before with football, where you have more of a more aggressive running quarterback as opposed to just a strictly passing quarterback. And you can kind of see that in basketball with like how everything's kind of shifted with the gameplay. But like, it's true. If you were to put the two of them together, I feel LeBron would have trouble keeping up with Michael Jordan. Back then, like even though Michael Jordan wasn't playing with the same caliber of players as he is today, and like obviously technology and like learning different exercises and things to really excel in basketball has evolved over 20-30 years. So the basketball players of today might be stronger than the ones 20-30 years ago. But yeah, I'm personally interested to see how the personality adapts to the, like I said, the whimsical Bugs Bunny, Looney Tunes like theme that's going to be the overarching storyline.
Yeah, he's just a little bit too big. In my opinion, he's a little bit too big, too bulky to be seen as someone that's funny and like easygoing and easy for like kids to like. Just compared to, you know, Michael Jordan, who in the film, he seemed kind of skinny, small. He was really funny with the characters. I have never seen that with LeBron, and I've never seen that with Michael Jordan until the movie. So he might be able to, you know, be easygoing and funny and kind of adhere to children. I'm guessing it's going to be a children's film. So he might. Yeah, be able
Michael
to
Jordan almost reminds me of like a Kobe. You know what I mean? Like he like while like LeBron is very like aggro. I don't know.
Yeah. But, yeah, he's just like you know, kind of like a badass. Like I'm big, I'm strong.
A serious player.
Yeah, exactly.
He's a tryhard.
So that's why.
Brendan, how do you feel?
I don't know. I kind of have the opposite reaction of you guys, funny enough, because I'm not a huge basketball player, but I feel, all right, let me start off by saying that I hate revivals of movies, which is like my biggest thing, unless you're going to do it completely differently. But if you're going to have the same setup, the same theme, the same like plot, it's just like an adaptation rather than a standalone movie, which I mean...
Well, I think
unless you do it from Shakespearean times and redo it that way, that's plausible. But doing a movie that literally came out 25 years ago, not much has changed. In basketball, it has, but in terms of being able to shapeshift the movie to be a standalone one, you're only going to be able to attract children as a children's movie.
Yeah, I'm surprised that Looney Tunes is even being adapted into it, because it seems like Looney Tunes was almost even dated back when the original Space Jam was coming out. So the fact that they're kind of recycling that venture is interesting.
Yeah, but I think a lot of the hate that comes from LeBron James is the same hate that correlates with Drake, is that when you're really good at something, people like try to almost bring you down. But the thing that I don't like about LeBron James is that he's fucking cocky. So that's he's
little
good.
Freak.
He's good at what he does, but he's such an asshole and he's so cocky about it. That's what brings the negative connotation to LeBron James. But I do think outside of his personality, he has confidence, and that's what will make the role be good, because he's so confident as a basketball player. And then if he's willing to take a role as an actor, I think he would probably do a really good job, but not for the right reasons. It's not going to be passion and genuine. It's more going to be like to prove to people that I can do it, which, you know,
is LeBron James.
Yeah. So I don't know which way it'll translate. If on screen his genuity will come across, because it probably doesn't have any because he's a dick. But I don't know. That's my take on LeBron James. I think he's good at the game. He's just, in terms of his transparency, I don't know.
Yeah, I think. I guess we'll see. I mean, it's going to be a sequel, and I think LeBron James is obviously a relevant character, but Looney Tunes, like, are they? I mean, obviously, I'm away from cartoons. I'm not gonna lie, I watch a shit ton of anime, like a shit ton.
Yeah,
but that's not like a cartoon realm. Like, are Looney Tunes still irrelevant? Do you still see them on Saturday morning cartoons? Like,
I don't think. No, Oh, sorry. I was just going to say, I don't think Looney Tunes are relevant, but I don't know any other big cartoon corporation that could encompass.
Yeah, maybe you do like an Adventure Time fucking Space Jam, but then that's kind of like
you're overreaching at that point, right? You almost have to stay within the confines of Looney Tunes to be able to get across that it is a part 2 or adaptation of the first one.
You know what? It's hard. I'm just looking forward to a 2021. Whoever the girl bunny is.
Lola. It's Lola Bunny. It's Lola Bunny.
Dude, Moses had that in his back pocket, bro. He's like, we're going to be talking about Lola Bunny today, so I got to get my information
I had a feeling they're going to talk about Lola Bunny.
Did I say Loli Bunna? I feel like I said Loli Bunna, but I'm not sure.
Yeah. Amber's Lola Bunny and so.